New Mail will help you.
Call New Mail Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Thursday morning. 75 degrees here at the Source. There's a chance of rain this afternoon, pretty much the same as you've been experiencing the last week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 17 years or however long we've been doing this. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. He is, of course, on the air to share with us the important reasons why donating blood is a necessity in our society. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you right now?
Tree zone, Larry, comfortably.
In the tree zone.
Yes.
Well, today I'm going to capitalize on our friendship. I'm going to use. I'm going to use you. I'm going to use your knowledge.
Okay. All right.
Do you already know what I'm going to use it on?
No idea.
Okay. Well, I'm also going to talk about friends. We have different types of friends that I want to tell you about. See how many of them apply to you. See if you can recognize any of them. How is the blood supply right now?
We're still really hurting. We really need all types right now. So if you have blood in your veins, we need it. Well, we don't personally need it. Other people in the hospital need it. So just get out there and give the gift of life and donate blood.
There you go. That's an area that we don't have any division. There's nobody who donates blood and says, I only want my blood to go to this ethnic group, or somebody in a hospital. That's even a better example. Who says, tell me who you got it from first before you give it to me. That doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, not anymore. It used to.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Well, blood. One of the reasons why we have such a hard time in recruiting minorities, and this is really starting to change, was because in the 50s and 60s, blood was actually labeled white and non-white. And so we actually have labels and that say white only or non-white. So, yeah, I mean, when you think about our segregated society, our blood supply was segregated too.
Is that right? I had no idea. That's an interesting little fact. And when did...
Go ahead. I'll tell you this. And what's crazy about the whole thing is the father of blood banking as we know it was an African American, Charles Drew, Dr. Drew, and so he was credited with so many of the advancements that we have today. And he was a black man, and if he didn't live in Maryland, he lived in Maryland. If he lived in Virginia, he would have only been able to get blood from another black person. He couldn't. It would have mattered who donated it.
Really? Wow, that is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
And I have had people call, and this hasn't happened in a while. They called me and said, "Hey, I'm going to the hospital for surgery, and I only want white people's blood." And I'm like, "Okay, good luck."
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, racism is still out there.
Wow.
So.
I don't think it's to the forefront here, though. Racism.
I
don't think it's really bad.
No, absolutely not. And I didn't bring that up to bring. I just.
Wow, it's an interesting fact. Well, I brought it up actually.
There are people who still feel that way, and there was a segregated blood supply. Sure.
Wow, that's interesting.
Didn't know. All right, so did you say how the blood supply is? What do we need to know today?
Not good. We need more of it.
Okay.
Get out there and donate.
Just donate blood. All right. And also thank Penn Flooring for this segment. It's an ad, and that's a good thing, because if we didn't have an ad, then nobody would be making this happen. And Galen is on the air so that we can get that important message out there and learn something and pick his brain about important things like sports, which I'm going to do in just a little bit. But Penn Flooring has some beautiful flooring. You know how I know? Because we've got it right here at the radio station. They put in carpeting. They put in some linoleum that looks like stone or brick or something in the bathrooms. In the back room what do we call that area where we have the kitchen? The kitchen?
I don't know, the gathering place? I don't know, because we have offices back there too, so it's not really just the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, anyway, go check out the flooring. You could change the whole look of your home simply by remodeling it from the floor up. See what they have. They've been doing this for 25 years. The showroom for Penn Flooring is over at 1201 Southwest 17th Street over the McKay-Williams Bridge, which is the bridge that crosses the railroad tracks on 17th Street, just a few blocks from Pine Avenue.
It's
Say
on the
thank
north
you.
side of 17th Street.
Say thank you to Penn Flooring for sponsoring Galen, Unold, and LifeSouth's announcements every weekday morning.
Yep.
All right, so one sports thing real quickly. This is a sports/ethical reporter question. Did you hear about the New York Giants pass rusher Jason Pierre-Paul having his finger amputated? Yeah. Okay.
Sure did, yeah.
Now, you heard about it because an ESPN reporter tweeted an image from his medical records.
Right.
Okay, and that's what's at issue, not the fact that he wrote about it, because he could have written about it, I guess nobody would have had a hard time, but because he photographed the medical records and submitted it on Twitter, they're saying it's a violation, it's an ethical violation of trust with the press. What do you think?
Here's the thing. Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's a HIPAA violation unless it was released by the player himself. So if the player released it, then there's no problem.
Do you know why he had his finger amputated? What happened?
Yeah, he blew it up with a firework.
Oh,
he was careless.
Oh.
Yeah, well, but there was three of them, three NFL players. Two of them lost fingers, and another one had a severe burn. So there are three. One player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had two fingers removed. So after a firework explosion.
Really? Oh, wow.
Careless.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But Pierre-Paul, I'm not sure how, and came out by Adam Schefter, and I'm not sure how he got the medical record. I actually follow Adam Schefter on Twitter and got that tweet. I'm like, wow, I wonder how he got that. And I'll be honest with you, I think it probably came from the player, because he was in the process of negotiating a new multi-year deal worth billions and millions of dollars. And I think he wanted to tell the team that, look, I'm fine, I'm going to be ready to go. I just lost a pinky.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And he's a defensive pass rusher, and so it's not really needed.
The pinky doesn't need a pinky. See, if he was a guitar player, that pinky is necessary.
Yes.
Or a wide receiver or something like that.
Or a quarterback.
Hands or something like that. Or a quarterback, yeah.
All right. So I have another sports question, and I'll ask it toward the end because there's a reason for that. But first, let's take a phone call from a listener. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, Hugh.
Say, at least that football player was smart enough not to blow it off on top of his head.
Yeah.
Lost a finger, not his life.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to worry about his fingers if that happened. I think he probably had been killed. Because I guess that one guy died doing that over the holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Died instantly.
Can you imagine somebody doing something like that, putting the firecracker on top of your head? I mean, what did he figure was going to... I mean, that is so ridiculous. He must have been drunk.
Yeah.
And all the people around him.
Milwaukee goodness in him.
All right. Thank you, Hugh. Appreciate the comments on that. All right.
So it's just one more question about the finger. Now, this is going to pose... I'm thinking about this. Well, what if that fella has a special glove made where he's got like a mechanical pinky, and then he puts his hand in the glove and he plays football with that glove? Are they going to have to rule on that, the football guys, to see if that's legal or not to have something prosthetic?
Yeah, I mean, if he goes that route, yeah, I'm sure he will. But I don't know. Yeah, they've really talked about that before with had a field goal kicker who had half his foot cut off during a war, and then he came back and kicked the longest field goal in history at the time because he had this piece of metal at the end of his shoe that gave him a distinct advantage, and they allowed it. So I'm sure they would, but I don't think that will actually happen.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So many things I wouldn't have even considered. All right, so I want to talk to you about your friends.
Okay.
I want to tell you that there's a trending topic right now that lists the type of friends that we all have, and let's see if any of these apply to any of your friends. Do you have a friend who is always the person who forgets his money and you end up feeding him? Or her?
Yes.
Yeah. You know who that is? For me?
Who?
Me. I'm that guy.
Oh, you're the guy.
Oh.
That happens to me at work all the time because I keep my wallet and everything in my car. And so, because I don't bring it into the office, I don't like carrying a wallet. And so it happens all the time.
Oh, gosh, I forgot my wallet.
It's like, oh, my wallet's in my car.
Yeah, I left it in the car.
Yeah, and the people I go to lunch with, all right, okay. So,
all right,
yeah.
do you have a friend who always, no matter where you are, wants to take a selfie with you?
No, I'm older. I'm past the selfie. I mean, I think if I was younger, I'm sure I would have one of those people.
Next time we're with Galen,
at my age,
take
nobody
selfie.
really wants a picture of themselves. Because they're starting to fall apart.
Let's see. Do you have a friend? Good morning. How you doing out there? Do you have a friend who cries a lot? Like always has something sad to tell you? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we know somebody like that.
I have somebody who's an Eeyore. I have an Eeyore.
An Eeyore. Okay, that's a good way of saying it. Yeah.
But they don't, everything, no matter what happens, I don't know.
Exactly.
I actually call him Half Empty. Is his nickname.
Half Empty.
I used to, and I have another person I used to call Eeyore, and they hated it. But, yeah. So I call this guy Half Empty.
Do you have a friend whose laugh is funnier than his jokes?
I'm thinking about it. I like those people, so I tend to have them around me because I love people who laugh at my stupid jokes.
Oh, okay.
right. The laugh is funnier than jokes.
No, I don't. Robin's laugh is pretty good.
Yeah, and it's way better than my jokes.
Funny.
It's way better than my
jokes. They are
jokes.
way better than your jokes. You always laugh at your jokes.
That's right.
So I'm gonna say that would be Robin.
That's Robin.
There you
Larry's joke.
Let's see. The friend who's always on his way. Every time you go to an event where everybody's supposed to be there, you're there, and you say, "Gosh, where is he?" You call him up. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Do you have one of those?
Family member that does that. Yeah. Oh. They're always late. Gosh.
No matter what time you get there, right?
They were late to their own wedding. That is absolutely true.
I believe that.
They were on their way to their own wedding. That's absolutely true.
I think this is something people are going to say is me, the friend that's always filming a documentary.
Yeah, that is you. You're always the guy with the camera.
Yeah, but when it's done, everybody likes it.
That's what Robin always tells me.
Sure.
I always say
he's never in anything.
I always
doesn't really go to everything. He just films it all.
I always say, should I stop doing this? Everybody seems to hate when I do this. And then Robin will say, no, they love when it's done. They just don't like when it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, oh gosh, don't put that camera on me. And then you just put it on Facebook and they like shared it,
Yeah, exactly. They say, wow, thanks.
Well, why didn't you put me in the picture?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have a friend who has a nickname that only you call him or her? A nickname that.
Yeah, Half Empty.
Okay. I have a friend named Mole.
I'm sure there's a couple of people. I've got a friend who I call Rubby, but nobody else calls him Rubby.
Let's see. Do you have a friend that always wants to party? I don't have one of those.
Yeah. There's a person that if I go to conferences and I see them, it's like, yeah, let's go out. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, nice.
I've known him for like 20 years, and so 20 years ago I was like, heck yeah, let's go. Now I'm like, I'm tired. I just flew in. I need to take a nap. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, and the last one is the one I'm going to allow us to lead into my sports question. Do you have a go-to friend for a specific topic? And there could be more than one friend, more than one topic.
Absolutely.
Oh, gosh, me too.
Yeah, I have go-to friends for everything.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I try to.
Who's your go-to friend for, like, accordion questions? Just curious.
Oh, Larry Whitler. Anything to do with a musical instrument, Larry Whitler. Absolutely right.
All right, so you and
I don't have a lot of them, Larry, unfortunately. I can't call on you a lot. I don't have a lot of.
No, that I noticed this in my life. Yeah, it doesn't happen. Yeah, it doesn't happen much, but once in a while. All right, so I have you're my go-to friend. I have probably. You're probably the one I speak to the most, though, of sports. You're a sports go-to friend.
Yeah, I mean, like if you have a question that's to how many mechanical.
This is specifically
boards there are. I'm your guy. I looked it up.
This is specifically a baseball question.
Wrigley and Finley are the only two that are left. So there you go.
But I mean, Tom and Buddy, they're recent friends. In the last few years, we've become friends with them. So I could ask them.
Right.
I have my friend in New York, Jimmy McCauley, who I hardly ever speak to, but he's a good sports go-to friend.
I'll tell you what. If you have a question about the Florida Gators or sports pre-1970, Buddy's got all
the
that
guy.
knowledge. Or anything to do with the PGA Tour. I mean, he's got all that knowledge.
Right. Well, all four of you that I named have more than I do on any sport.
And Tom knows some bizarre stuff, too.
Oh, Tom Schmitz,
Tom Schmitz will pull you like, what? How would you even know that? And then you get a story.
Right.
35 minutes of your life is gone.
Yeah.
So I have to go to my go-to friend on baseball, which is Galen Unold, with a question about baseball specifically because it's going to help me prepare for an interview later on this morning.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those times I wish Galen was in the studio.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to pick his brain a little bit. So we'll do that when we come back, and we'll be back after this.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A mix of sun and clouds today. There'll be a thunderstorm around through the morning hours along the coasts across the interior just this afternoon and this evening. The high today 89 to 93. And partly cloudy overnight, 70 to 74. Tomorrow, partly sunny. Watch out for a thunderstorm. The high 89 to 93. Saturday, partly sunny with an afternoon thunderstorm. High 91 to 95. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
All right, I already got one thing to ask this guy that we have come up. All right, so later on, Galen Unold is on the phone first of all, and LifeSouth is who Galen represents. Make sure that you donate blood. That's the important message. And thank Penn Flooring for sponsoring this. All right, so later on this morning, what time are we having this interview, Robin?
11:05.
We have an interview at 11:05 with Barry Svrluga, Svrluga. He is a journalist for the Washington Post. He is the beat reporter for the Washington Redskins. He's been doing that for, since 2003, so that makes it 12 years?
Yeah.
12 years.
12 years. He also blogs for the Washington Nationals, and he's the author of National Pastime. And his book is called The Grind, Inside Baseball's Endless Season. Okay?
All right.
All right, so let me read you what it says, and it's just whatever comes to mind. Tell me something I can ask him. It is at 162 games. It is the sports world's longest season. Grueling, thrilling, routine, lonely, exhilarating. Major League ball players even have a name for this relentless, unmatchable rhythm, The Grind, which is the title of his book. In the book, The Grind, Barry Svrluga, and Galen doesn't know how to say his name, so one question I don't have an answer to yet. The Washington Post national baseball correspondent zooms in on the 2014 Washington Nationals, reporting not just on the roster's star players, but also on the typically invisible supporting cast who each have their own sacrifices to make and schedules to keep. The wife, the real estate agent, the father, the dog walker, the 26th man, a minor leaguer on the cusp of job security, goes on and on and on. So what is this? What is this about? What is this? Is this an unusual thing, or is this every game, every team?
Oh, it's every team, and I think the unusualness of it, and I haven't heard about this book, but baseball is just unique in the way that they play. They play 5 to 6 times a week. Most of the time, they play 6 times a week, so that means they get one day off, and so that's why they talk about the grind. And these players are playing every single day. That's why such a big deal is made out of Cal Ripken and Lou Gehrig, because they were able to play every day for 15 years. And it's an amazing feat. I mean, think about going to work 7 days in a row for 162 games, and all that, and all the preparation that they go to, because they don't just show up to the ballpark and play. They show up to the ballpark and stretch and get taped and get prepared, and even the bullpen guys who are up, they throw in the bullpen, but they don't come in the game, and that kind of thing. So, and just how the wear and tear of that is, and then you're getting in a plane right after the game and flying up, and then you got a doubleheader the next day. So that's the kind of grind that they're talking about. I mean, let's be honest. It's a grind we would all love to go through. I mean, I don't feel sorry for them, but I respect what they're doing.
So the Redskins name, are they changing the name because is it akin to the Confederate flag issue?
Well, it's different than it is akin. You remember the whole hoopla that went through because basically what happened is the federal court decided that the Washington Redskins, and this came out yesterday, are no longer able to have a copyright trademark on the Redskins logo, the Washington Redskins logo, which means the NFL and the Washington Redskins no longer have to get any royalty fees if somebody prints that likeness. So right now we could go out and print 10,000 shirts with the Washington Redskins logo and not have to pay the NFL a dime. So that really is where it comes down to, and this is all because of political correctness. It is very similar to the Confederate flag, even though I believe that the Confederate flag is going to offend African Americans, whereas every Native American I've ever spoken to about the Washington Redskins logo, they're like, I don't care. I mean, so I'm a Native American. I'm not offended by the Washington Redskins logo. I think the team sucks, but I don't care. The logo doesn't offend me.
Oh, okay. So the logo for the national, what do you call the Washington Nationals? I mean, are they a big team?
That's a baseball team.
No, I know.
Yeah,
but is that a big team, or I mean, I've never even heard of them.
Yeah.
Oh well, they're a newer team. I mean, they've only been around, I think, since 2004.
Oh, really? Okay.
2005.
Okay.
Yeah, they moved and then into there. So they're the former Montreal team. So they have some really good players. They're in first place right now, and they're playing really good baseball. So they got a guy named Bryce Harper who's just a stud. But they got a great pitching staff, phenomenal pitching staff. So it's an interesting team.
All right, so everybody's going to say, gosh, Larry is really dumb, isn't he? So this is my question. Is this Washington State or Washington, D.C.?
D.C.
D.C., okay. So this is on the East Coast. So they moved from Montreal down south. So they abandoned their own country.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Washington Redskins are also in D.C.
Well, is this going to affect the Kansas City Chiefs now?
They're probably going to be next, and it's not just them. You know, the Florida State's been under attack for years, even though they're actually sanctioned by the Florida State Seminoles, you know, the Seminole tribe. So this is going to have far-reaching impact, and this has been going on for a while. You know, the St. John's Redmen had to change their name. So this political correctness about using the Indian names is crazy. What I'm going to do, I think I'm actually going to sue the city of Ocala because they're really playing off of the Ocala Indians, and I think that's offensive, Larry. I think the name Ocala is offensive because
I see what
it's
you're
infringing on the tribe.
Yeah, exactly.
My tongue is firmly affixed in my cheek, but isn't that where we're going?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, is that? I heard a CNN and they're not news people, but they're commentators say, maybe the Jefferson Memorial should come down because he owned slaves, and maybe we need to rename the city of Washington D.C. because George Washington owned slaves. I don't know where this is stopped.
Well, it is the District of Columbia, though, so which I've never understood that either.
True.
Yeah, which is South America. So.
I never understood the District of Columbia. All right. Well, thank you for
I don't know where we're going.
Thank you for the little information right there, because some of that will come to play. Definitely about the name for the Redskins.
Yeah, if you could really get technical and say, hey, do you think the Washington Nationals are going to make a move to get a more a bat during the trade deadline? Seems like they need a bat.
They need a bat. I got one in my office right now. It's got your name on it.
Yeah. That makes you sound really good. It'll make you sound like this guy knows.
Just remember that, Robin. I'll let Robin ask that one because I don't even know what I'm asking.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Oh, Bloodmobile. Sorry, Bloodmobile is actually at the Walmart where is it? Wedgwood Road.
On Wedgwood Road.
Nice.
Yes.
Spit it out.
Okay. So go donate blood wherever you find a place. Donate blood. The Bloodmobile or on Silver Springs Boulevard next to the Cascades in Denellen by the old Winn-Dixie. And again, thank you for your help. Thank you for being there. Thank you for what you do. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. You guys are the best. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. South Carolina poised to remove the Confederate flag from the state capitol's front lawn after a House vote early this morning.
During the long debate, Democrat State Representative Caesar McKnight says in the days after the shooting of 9 people at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, the flag's presence upset many.
We had our state flag at half-mast. But do you know what flag did not lower?
The bill should be on Governor Nikki Haley's desk by the end of the day.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers.
Dylan Roof, the man accused in the shooting deaths, had posed with a Confederate flag in pictures taken before the incident. Supporters of the flag say it's a symbol of the country's history.
The Joint Chiefs nominee will appear on Capitol Hill for his confirmation hearing today. General Joseph Dunford says he will assess the strategy against ISIS. And both Walgreens and Pepsi out with earnings which surpassed Wall Street expectations. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network, giving you the power to prosper.
Howdy, RL here for Dairy Queen. Spring is in the air, and so is the smell of meat cooking on our charbroiled grill. You want to treat yourself to one of our most excellent grilled chicken sandwiches or wraps, or maybe a foot-long all-beef chili dog, and wash it down with an Orange Julius fruit smoothie with many real fruit flavors. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
If you've been hearing about the crowded Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eat and Speak Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lake Weir sunsets. Eat and Speak Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lake Weir. Seating now available.
WWOCA,
Your source for the #1 sports weekends. Fox Sports, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.